Seretse Khama was born on July 1, 1921, in the small village of Chumberumberu, near the border between what was then southern Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, and Bechuanaland, now Botswana. His journey from a young tribal leader to the first president of Botswana is a remarkable story of perseverance, diplomacy, and progressive leadership. He is considered one of Africa's most significant leaders of the 20th century. Early life and education. Khama was born into the Bamangwato tribe, one of the largest and most influential ethnic groups in Bechuanaland. His father, Chikdi Khama, was the regent of the Bamangwato people, a position of considerable authority. His mother, Kalahari, was also from a prominent family. Khama's early years were shaped by the traditional values of his people, but his destiny was marked by his exposure to Western education. In 1939, Seretse Khama moved to South Africa to attend the prestigious Lovedale Missionary School, which was known for educating African elites. This was a pivotal time for the young Khama as it allowed him to engage with a broad range of ideas, including the political and social struggles against racial segregation in South Africa. After completing his studies at Lovedale, Khama continued his education at Fort Hare University, which was renowned as a hub for African intellectuals and future leaders. At Fort Hare, Khama developed a deep understanding of the challenges facing Africa and began to form his ideas about the continent's future. Marriage to Ruth Williams and the controversy. In 1948, Khama's life took an unexpected turn when he met Ruth Williams, a white English woman, in London. Despite the stark racial divisions that characterized British colonial society, the two fell in love. Their decision to marry in 1948 shocked both the British colonial authorities and the Bamangwato people. Interracial marriage was considered scandalous and unacceptable in both Britain and Bechuanaland. The marriage was particularly controversial because Khama's uncle, who had been the regent of the Bamangwato tribe before him, was adamantly opposed to it. His uncle's opposition was rooted in traditional African norms, which viewed marriage outside one's race as a betrayal of cultural values. Khama, however, remained resolute in his love for Ruth. He was exiled to Britain by the British colonial government in 1950, and the marriage only became legal after Khama was granted permission to return to Bechuanaland. The British government's interference in his personal life led to a broader critique of colonial rule, as many saw it as an unjust overreach. Seretse Khama and Ruth Williams' marriage, though fraught with obstacles, became a symbol of defiance against colonial prejudice and a testament to their commitment to each other. Political career and leadership. After his return to Bechuanaland in 1956, Khama was appointed as the chief of the Bamangwato people following the death of his uncle. Despite initial resistance from some traditionalists, Khama's leadership became increasingly accepted as he worked to modernize the Bamangwato tribe and improve their living conditions. His vision for his people went beyond tribal affairs. He sought to create a strong and independent nation that could stand alongside other African countries in their struggles for independence. Khama became involved in politics, and in 1961, he helped establish the Botswana Democratic Party, BDP, a political organization dedicated to achieving self-rule for Bechuanaland and eventually full independence from British colonial rule. He served as the party's leader and soon became its most prominent figure. His political philosophy was based on the ideals of democracy, unity, and modernization, all while retaining respect for traditional African cultures and customs. Khama's political acumen and vision were demonstrated in his ability to negotiate with both the British authorities and the white settlers in the region. His leadership in the BDP led to Bechuanaland's peaceful path to independence, a remarkable achievement during an era of significant political turmoil across Africa. Independence and the presidency. On September 30, 1966, Bechuanaland officially gained independence and became the Republic of Botswana. Seretse Khama was elected the first president of the newly formed country. His presidency was defined by a pragmatic approach to governance and a commitment to building a stable, prosperous nation. Khama prioritized education, healthcare, and infrastructure, recognizing the importance of these sectors in creating a self-sustaining nation. He was particularly focused on the development of Botswana's rural areas, where poverty and lack of services were rampant. Under Khama's leadership, Botswana experienced a period of remarkable economic growth, largely driven by the discovery of diamonds in the country's central region. His ability to manage Botswana's newfound wealth and steer it towards national development set him apart from many other African leaders who struggled with corruption and mismanagement of resources. Khama's administration also made significant strides in maintaining peace and stability. He was a strong proponent of African unity and sought to build alliances with neighboring countries and international powers. His foreign policy was characterized by moderation, diplomacy, and an unwavering commitment to regional peace and development. Legacy and death. Seretse Khama's legacy extends beyond his achievements as the first president of Botswana. He is remembered as a statesman who was dedicated to democratic governance, economic progress, and social justice. His leadership set Botswana apart as one of Africa's most stable and successful nations, and his work laid the foundation for the country's continued growth in the years after his death. Khama served as president until his death on July 13, 1980, from cancer. His passing was a great loss to Botswana and the African continent. However, his vision for Botswana's development continued through his successors, and his influence remains a cornerstone of the country's political culture. Seretse Khama's life exemplified the qualities of courage, vision, and perseverance. He overcame personal and political obstacles to build a legacy of peace, prosperity, and social justice. Today, Khama is remembered as one of Africa's most respected leaders, and his story continues to inspire those who seek a path of reconciliation, progress, and unity in the face of adversity.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.